My name is Savannah Rains, and the document I was given was The Unknown Citizen. It's by W.H. Auden, and it's basically just a poem about a man's life, about how he lived from day to day, just kind of thoughts people said about him. There was 5 questions that we were given to answer, and the first one is, why is this written? And according to Life Charts, it was a poem written in praise of a man who had recently died but lived what the government would deem an exemplary life, meaning like he kind of just had the best life there was. He had the perfect life. Also, it could show people that we lose sight of what it means to be an individual, kind of what it means to be ourself, and that's something we don't want to lose. The next question was, when was it written? Does that affect how the author understood the subject and how we should understand the subject? And I discovered that this document was written on January 6, 1940. It was shortly after the author came to America in 1939. I do think it affects how the author understood the subject because the times were different than what we know now, so it does also affect how we understand the subject, because now the American dream or the perfect life is very different than it was then. It's viewed very differently. It's changed very much, and everyone kind of has their own view of that perfect life. The third question was, what is the value of this source? The value of this source is kind of just to show that there are people out there who can live the perfect life, meaning that like it may look like the perfect life to us, but in all honesty, it's probably not. It's kind of just like a facade they put on to hide behind what's actually happening in their real life. So kind of like when they're out in public, they put on this like fake persona of the perfect life, you know, like I have all of this, like I have an amazing family, I'm do amazing things, I'm happy every day. It's kind of just not true, and it kind of causes others and that person themselves to lose sight of what it is like to be themselves and not want to be somebody else or want to be perfect, and kind of just be who you are as an individual. What does this source reveal about society? It revealed that society was very focused on this perfect life. Even if they really didn't know how to get the perfect life, that's what they would strive for on a daily basis. They never wanted to be looked at as, oh, your life's not perfect, so you're nobody, you're nothing. Everybody kind of wanted to be known like the man in the poem was. Even though like he was an unknown citizen, he was still known because to others he had that perfect life, that American dream. The last question was, what connections can you make to the rest of the course materials? One connection I made was to 26-1B, the hopeful years 1924 through 1922. Although the poem wasn't written to 1940, I'm considering it was about a man who had like recently died. I'm assuming, you know, he had his life was starting. This is kind of when people started to notice him a little bit. And it's because like the reason I made the connection is because people were hopeful for a good life, kind of like he had. And you know, they said he even had a good life when war was happening because he would go fight in it. And so to me, they were just like hopeful for a life like this man. So that's all.